We're back again.
Where we go? Here we go.
We are not P Square. We are not Fabrizio too, but here we go. Week 12 has come and gone, and
what was the most surprising thing about week 12?
It's between West Ham stunning Newcastle at their home ground and Tottenham giving Man City proper laying at Etihad.
That's Tottenham Man City game was one that I didn't see coming.
They never see me
coming at all. I thought Guardiola did not even see that coming, and it's just the pressure is carrying on Guardiola, and it's not taking it very well.
It is getting worse. And
I was saying this thing sometimes. You just realize that some of these people, we are all the same. When other coaches are losing and they are saying, "Oh, I've done this before," people say they are just doing this. But now Guardiola is now contemporary. Hey, we've won Premier League 4 times back to back. My brother,
you could talk. You can
just explain. But see, the problem is when you have been winning so much, when you now start losing like this, the pressure is almost on a different level.
Yeah, it's almost on a different level because you know you have it in you to.
But you are just not seeing it playing out.
Exactly.
And I think I was also talking about saying, give me my players back. And
like, injury on the show and shaking.
Like injuries now. You know the omission of Rodri.
Oh, that's a big miss. I would not lie.
For the rest of the season.
That's a big miss. Although I was reading or seeing on the news this morning that he might have a quicker return date, but okay.
It doesn't seem like the return dates will help massively, because I believe that by that time their face would have been sealed. But at the end of the day, I think what might save them is if they're able to get a replacement in January, and I expect them to actually do. I expect them to actually, they have money to do, and it's what they've been doing. So I expect them to actually go all out. But it's not. But the problem now is the person that they are bringing in might not be
Rodri's quality.
I might need time to set to that. Even Rodri took time to actually set into the team. I know that,
at least, except Liverpool bottles it.
We might not be having Man City as a contender this season. That's refreshing actually.
Very refreshing.
It's very refreshing to see.
But painful as an Arsenal fan, I could not take advantage. The season, we are still just 13 weeks in a third. This 1/3. Okay, we've just had 12 weeks. By the end of this week, we'll have a third of the Premier League gone. So
let's see what happens.
So that means this week, back to business. Week 13 opens up with Friday night football. Brighton versus Southampton. What do you think takes that?
Brighton versus Southampton. I would say we win for Brighton. I'll say it's a win for Brighton, because Brighton they've not been exactly as sharp as they used to be, at least as they were some seasons ago, 2 seasons ago. Last season they still showed their quality, but I think that they just show better quality than Southampton. I think that I was checking up on one of their players recently, midfielder. This guy, I've forgotten his name. Reuben something. The guy is the second best. He has the second best returns in FPL after this guy. What was his name? This is a striker, Welbeck. Right? Apparently, and the guy has. I checked his stats, and they're actually been doing. I don't remember the guy's name. Right, but has actually been doing quite well. And I feel like, I think Brighton they actually have what it takes to actually lead the game and edge it over Southampton in this game.
Yeah, though a very resurgent Southampton played against Liverpool, but they still lost. But I think Brighton takes this one.
Yes, they tried to. I mean, at that point I was seeing 2-1. I was like, ooh.
Yes, they were up 2-1.
I was like, eventually Southampton and Liverpool being who they are.
Yeah,
they won that game.
So Brentford, Leicester City. Leicester City, by the way, have sacked Steve Cooper.
Yeah, and now they are looking at who Spanish.
Yeah. So, and they're playing against the Brentford side. Scores for fun and all that. So I don't think new manager Bounce could have a way in the outcome of this game. So I think it's going to be safe to call it a draw. But if it's going to be a victory, it's going to be a slim Brentford victory.
You see, for this is a side game though. For Leicester going for with Van Nistelrooy, I was actually excited to hear that news because as a Man United fan, I saw what Wood did as the interim manager of Man United, and I was like, And now Amorim came and everything was just shaking up and it wasn't as we expected. And I was like, they have LB food that stayed. But I think it will at least help me watch and see what is able to do with another team. Exactly. And I'm sure that it's still going to be, if at all, if even if Amorim doesn't work, it's still going to be one for the future. But let's see what is able. I'm very, very excited to see him take on Leicester. I think it's a perfect challenge for him. I'm very excited to see him take on Leicester in the Premier League. That if he's able to keep them at the top of the table, there's not even.
I didn't even see him at the top. Let him just even survive relegation.
If he survives relegation, to me, then he cannot take Man United. But if he's able to keep them at the top half of the table, then maybe we can consider him as one for the future for Man United.
Okay, that's what you think. But I suddenly think that it's going to be a great achievement. Keeping them in the league, because it's been here and there, not like the upward drive we expected. So the next match is Crystal Palace
versus Newcastle. Newcastle that were back last week, they eventually chopped our eye.
They chopped our eye.
But I think I would still back them this week.
Against Crystal Palace?
Yes. Even though Crystal Palace are at home, I think that might now edge closer to a draw for Crystal Palace, but I think I would still back them up to actually win this game. I know that they didn't show what we wanted against West Ham, but I don't think that we might. I know. We say last week. I just know if I get to see the Isak again, that we used to know. I expect Isak to actually score in this game. I think Crystal Palace have not been. It's not really proved much of a test, and I think that Newcastle have it in them. They do have quality, right? They do have quality, and I think that they've just been lacking in consistency and also form, right? So I think that this might be a match to get them back on track.
I don't doubt their abilities. They were stunned. If I use the word stunned against West Ham, it was just that unexpected. Julian Lopetegui, good West Ham, turned up at Newcastle's home ground last week and they had a good result. But this week I didn't see them faltering twice in a row.
And something happened. Isak was welcome back. When I saw the old typhoon and everything, I was really. Did you see that? When the fans put up his name Isak? And I think that to me that's one of the most beautiful things to experience as a footballer.
Exactly.
You step on the pitch and your name is big, and you just see yourself. And I saw a banner saying Alexander the Great. And one part of the banner was this. I think it's Swedish origin, like the Swedish flag. Another was this Slovenian. I can't remember the country of his mom, right? And I saw it and I was like, all this for just one individual. That must be really easy to experience as a footballer.
So, moving on. Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town.
The Nottingham that stunned Amorim.
Yeah, to me that wasn't stunning. That was not stunning Amorim. In fact, Man U got the points not because of they were good, because Andre Onana was superb. Was blistering. You saw those point blank saves, right? From Nana.
Nana has actually been. I saw the one that was very close to him, and I thought that was the goal. Like that one that was just close to him, and Onana just used his hand. I thought that was a goal already, but
so yeah. This is Ipswich growing in confidence.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest got laid, battered and beaten at the Emirates Stadium. We said Arsenal was going to win, but we never
expected
the capitulation that we experienced at the Emirates. So I think Ipswich is going in confidence. They beat Tottenham away. They drew to Amorim's United that was supposed to be firing on us, sailing us because of the new manager bounce. Now they are going to play Nottingham Forest, who is lacking in confidence. I think they've lost 2 games in a row.
Okay.
I think they have, yeah. And now, this is a clash that I think is where McKenna should prove himself. And I would not be bold to say maybe an Ipswich victory or a draw.
Right, I think that Nottingham Forest can actually be actually actual quality there, but yeah, if you ask me, I think a draw is more favorable. It's more like favorable option of results.
So,
but interesting to see how that pans out though.
no problem. So,
And then I get Bournemouth versus Wolves.
I'll be Wolves versus Bournemouth.
Wolves versus Bournemouth, pardon. Right, two players in Wolves that I've been monitoring for the past few weeks, and they seem to have been doing well. I've not been able to cop up the one I would actually have loved to my FPL because I've not had space for him yet. Even though some of my fours are not performing yet, but I'm still like giving them 1 or 2 weeks to actually turn up. But I hope that he doesn't lose his form by the time I'm ready to get him. And that's Kuna. Kuna, I see him. I think he has been the best in recent times. I expect him to win the Premier League Player of the Month too. I expect him to.
Okay.
Right, I expect him to. But I expect him to be a major contender. I expect him to win though. And he has been doing very well. And there's also the itinerary guy.
I wanted to say, when you said to players from Wolves, I knew Ryan Itinerary there because a friend has him on fantasy. Unfortunately, he put him on the bench last.
Are you serious? I have him, right? And just those two players they've been superb in past few games for Wolves. They also helped with the pressure on Man City. And that the Man City eventually won that game. That one that this guy did a last minute goal. I think Wolves have the quality up there. Although I think that Bournemouth also proved a very strong point, and they will be difficult to beat. With this striker Ivan Nielsen, right? The guy has also coming up and been showing himself in the past few games. So I think that this game, I think it's going to be a draw, right? I think it's going to be a draw. I think Wolves will play well, but they might just not be able to edge it against Bournemouth.
Okay.
So I'd say a 1-0 draw or a 2-0 draw.
So that means I get West Ham versus Arsenal. Arsenal looks like we are back. Yes, I'm joining.
Other guy is back.
Yes, that magic. So the impact of one player. You know, when we were in that trench, you now saying it that although we could not even record a lot of times during the trenches period, I was saying it that Arsenal was missing Odegaard, and I don't know why Arteta was not bold enough with Ethan Nwaneri, the 17-year-old guy. But Odegaard is back, and it looks like the team is gelling once more. In the past week, the 2 games we played in the last week, we've played the most beautiful football. So, I don't know, kudos to, shall I say kudos to Odegaard? Yeah. So, we are going to West Ham. West Ham is riding in confidence. They just dismantled Newcastle that defeated Arsenal. And Arsenal too is coming in pumped. We beat Sporting in their home 5-1. The same place City lost 4-1.
Yeah.
We have just dismantled Nottingham Forest, the only team to have defeated Liverpool in the season in all competitions.
Yeah.
So this is going to be this will be one match to look out for. If the West Ham that turned up at Newcastle turns up against Arsenal, I would call this a draw. But if it is the West Ham that played other matches against Tottenham and all the matches they lost this season, I would say this is going to be a flawless victory for Arsenal. But regardless, be it the West Ham that turned up at Newcastle, I think Arsenal still has the edge. With all the players being fit as a fiddle, I don't think West Ham stands a chance.
So one thing I noticed, right, there's one team you don't want to play against. You don't want to play against an Arsenal that is riding on confidence, right? I think that Arsenal have their morale is to the heavens right now, right?
course.
They are boosted by their players. Odegaard is back. This guy is also Timber is also doing his thing. I think that the confidence is very, and it has been showing in their results. It's not just confidence kind of performance, it's also been showing in the results. I think that if you want to hold this kind of team, you have to be at your best.
Of course.
Guess what? You can only do as much as you can do. Because you can only what that means is, yes, a team like Liverpool has to be at their best. When Liverpool is at their best, yes, they can match Arsenal. When Man City is at their best, yes, they can match Arsenal. But what's the best of West Ham? I don't think they can match Arsenal. West Ham can be at their very, very best, but Arsenal would have to have an unusual bad day for West Ham to get anything from this game. I think that West Ham are in. So I think because like I said, the confidence is that been showing. You're not just winning teams, scraping past teams. You are winning with decent and convincing margins. So I think that West Ham are going to collect. I think they will actually collect. Yeah. So now Sunday,
Gumpa.
Aston Villa versus Chelsea.
Woo, that's a big one.
Chelsea win.
Chelsea win
this one. Chelsea win this one. I think Chelsea are third. They are above Arsenal this season. Shocking.
No, by virtue of goals scored.
But they are.
Bro.
It's like this. They will win the game.
Bro.
They will finish third.
Bro.
So this is not taking anything away from Arsenal. It's just to
throw out Chelsea.
How Chelsea have been performing this season. Like it is. I feel like it's not even spoken about enough. And I wonder if Chelsea fans even realize that this is where they are. Because I'm like, they are actually third behind Man City and
Liverpool.
And I'm like, you serious? This guy is cooking, right? And Chelsea have been able to actually. I think it's only few games that they've not been able to beat opponents that they should beat. Right? They should quality against Arsenal, they should quality against Liverpool, although they lost the one against Liverpool, but you still saw the Chelsea that they were a good side, right? Against Aston Villa that is struggling at Stamford Bridge. I don't see it going another way though. I think Chelsea are going to actually do the job and get the job done. It might not be convincing, it might be like 2-1, but I think Chelsea are actually going to get a good result against Aston Villa. I don't see Aston Villa doing anything different.
So I think while Chelsea might get the result, what if a resurgence with Villa shows up?
Yeah, that's a real occasion, but other than that, yeah, it's possible. Everything is possible. It's possible, but other than that, all things being equal, Chelsea are going to get this one.
So Man U Everton, the big one. It's not a big one.
It's not a big one per se.
It's not a big one. But under normal circumstances, I think Man U should take this one. But 3-man defense of Amorim, it could not work at Ipswich. Would it work?
That you're just trying it out for person. I worked yesterday. Kind of.
I think you guys were just lucky yesterday.
I don't think we were lucky. I genuinely do not think we were lucky. I understand that. To me, like I said, you can only do as much as you can do, right? The players are poor.
Very.
Right? The players are poor. I saw the statistics. Rashford compared to Bowen. I think Bowen edges him out. They actually have similar statistics. Games played, goals, assists. They actually have very, very close statistics based on the number of games, not just this season, like all time Premier League.
Wow.
So I'm like, that's the quality of this player. That's the quality of Rashford, and I don't see anything from that. I don't expect anything from Rashford at this point. And I mean, he's good. He has his days, but I do not expect anything from him. So, but yesterday I didn't think they were lucky. I think they just used their chances. They didn't even use all their chances. I saw them a lot in the box of Bodo, right? And I was like, okay, they kept pushing it. No, Bodo showed them tough time, but they were able to still edge it. And I think that was it. I think that was satisfying for me and for most of my NFL. So I don't think it was a luck, but we go ahead.
So I think Man should edge this one, but Shonda, we don't know what it would be up.
What it would be up, right?
At Old Trafford, but
yeah.
Then
and the Premier League is also kind of tough for Amorim.
Yeah, it's been proven. So Spursy, versus Fulham. I saw an animated video where coaches and team in the league were bantering as Spurs won 4-0 against City. So a cartoon character of Ange came that he's going to engineer a loss against Fulham, and I'm like, yes, you are Tottenham. You can win to City
and lose to that's exactly what I was going to say. You see, Tottenham, they don't have form. There's nothing called
what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. You can't say because they won the last 2 games.
Yes, exactly.
No, there's
they
nothing
lost to Ipswich.
There's nothing like form.
At White Hart Lane.
If you see the last few games that Tottenham have won, they've won the difficult games, but they've lost the easy games.
So if you're a Spurs fan and you're watching this, we are very sorry, but your team.
I'm not sorry. It is what it is. Your team is dead.
I'm sorry, but your team is not helping.
Your team is dead.
Because how do you defeat City that is supposed to be resurgent against you, and I'm not sure if you would win against Fulham, because
this thing reminds me of I think 17-18 season. Right? I think no, it's like 17-18 season, 17-18 or between 17 and 19 season. When Mourinho finished second, came second, right? And it's Man United. That one I said that was the best result of his career. So what happened was that day going into we were supposed to play City at the Etihad, right? And losing to City meant City wins easily against Man United. That would have been headline and all of that, right? And we about 18 points then, right, or so, or 17 points I think at that point in time. And guess what? I think it was 19 already. I know they eventually won by 19 points, but I think I'm not sure the weight was then. But that game, City were 2 up by halftime. City were at the top of the table. They were 2 goals up by halftime, and we're like, oh, they probably already got City on the trophy. And Man United will engineer a comeback, engineered by Pogba and Alexis Sanchez, and they will do a comeback and they win game 3-2, and everyone was like, oh yeah, Man United can. That was top of the table. And the very next game week, Man United will lose to I think Swansea side that was 20th at Old Trafford. So and City the week title.
That's just the
this is how Tottenham. This is what I do not expect a result, and I think for the very fact that Tottenham will expect to win, I think they will lose that game. So I think for the very fact that they expect to win, and because it is Tottenham, because it's Spurs, I think they will lose that game. So Loris mentioned something recently about what's his name, about what the kind of mindset at Tottenham, right? He said they were going into that Liverpool game, that Champions League final, and the owner, what's his name, Daniel Levy, will come into and call them, oh, we have something from the sponsor and everything, and they will hand each of them a luxurious wristwatch, right? And just behind the wristwatch was an inscription, Champions League finalists. And say all the players are just looking at themselves like, is it that this team does not even believe in it? Like they don't even, like the team does not even believe that they would win. Like such is the mindset of the owner and the team. Like he said, there were just a few of them after the final, just a few of them were he said himself, I think Poch and Ike were mad at losing that final. I think that we just like, oh, we should be happy. I mean, at least we got to the final. Such was the mentality at Tottenham. Wow. And you would not blame him, because this is someone who has won the World Cup. Of course. You understand? He captained France. Was it the captain?
I think
it was the captain. He captained France to win the World Cup. He said such was the mentality at Tottenham. And he mentioned he gave some other examples that show that when the mentality at that club, it's a mindset thing. That club is not actually explain the club. Your first title in God knows when.
You sack the coach that took you to the final. We can't spend all this talking about Spurs.
But it is Spurs. Genuinely speaking, I think for the fact that Spurs will expect to win this game, I think they will lose the game against Fulham.
I just want to be conservative, a draw.
I'm saying Fulham win.
So that takes us to the big one. Liverpool,
the big one, the actual
versus Man City, the actual big one. Man City is in shreds and pieces at this point. How do you explain bottling a 3-goal lead?
Bottling a 3-goal at 75
minutes. I remember we were on the road, right?
Were we? Oh, I was.
Yeah,
I was. Were we? I was. I didn't watch
Tuesday,
that.
we were on the road. We were on the road.
We were on the road, right?
It was the same time with Arsenal's
Arsenal
game. We were on the road. And I remember I was telling you live scores from Arsenal's game. But when I saw City 3-0 up, I just forget about that.
Oh, you've come back.
till I got home and I was trying to check what Arsenal was playing and I saw 5-1. Only for me to see City 3-3 and I'm like, what? 3-3? I was like, problem. But I think Liverpool won't win this game.
Oh, really? Interesting. I like the devil's advocate.
I just think Liverpool won't win this game.
Why?
I don't know, I just had a gut feeling. That Liverpool won't win this game. Maybe City slim win or you draw. There's nothing indicative of what I've just said.
But you just believe that?
I just believe.
Because for me, I just think that.
See, this is what I think it is. Liverpool will be top, but City won't be second, which means they will draw the game. They won't lose the game.
So if Chelsea wins,
if Chelsea Arsenal
they
wins,
can move to second.
If Chelsea Arsenal wins and City draws, City will be fourth.
Because
to make it worse, if Brighton wins,
they will top City.
They will top City.
Please, honestly, it really has to happen because I can't comprehend why City have lost 5 games. No, they've lost 4 games. They've not won in 5 games. And although not everything has been Premier League, at least 2 of them have been outside. But okay, 3 of them have been outside Premier League. But in this kind of form, City are still second on the table. Make it make sense. Champions League, they are already languishing. No time. They are already languishing in the Champions League. They've dropped in the Champions League. No time. When they are still second, please. Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, do whatever you can. City must not be second by the end of this game. I beg.
To make it more interesting, if Nottingham Forest win and City does not,
that would be very interesting. I want to see that. I think that when Guardiola will be very, very crazy. And so also, let me also talk about something, right? I just think it's important to talk about this thing. So after that game, that 3-3 game against Fenerbahce, was Fenerbahce?
No.
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord.
After that 3-3 game against Feyenoord, Guardiola came for the press conference and everything, and he had
a cut,
and he had blood stains on his head, and I was seeing stuff all over the news and everything, and I was like, I don't know what happened, what exactly happened, and everything. You know what I mean? This thing was not like he cut himself. He said he cut himself, and it was like he wanted to harm himself. That's what it suggested. I said, right, and he was just laughing to Fanny and saying he wants to go. I was like, this is not okay. Like this is really not okay. I know a lot of people saw it and said, "Oh, it's Guardiola. Why are you beating yourself? You've been winning since you just lost to a few games here." But sometimes you cannot understand that the pressure of success
is high. Is mad.
Is mad. Like I feel like many people don't just understand that what this man is going through can be worse than what probably Ten Hag
went through.
I'm not trying to reduce or trivialize Ten Hag's pain or whatever, but I feel like when you are used to something, Man United were not in the great place, but they've not been in the great for the longest period of time. So it's like the emotions are not like, but you are so used to winning
such that losing is
such that you're now losing back to back.
Yeah, someone in 6 games
for the first time in his career. And then you now think, and you're like, I can mention how many things that has happened the last time Man City won a game, right? Donald Trump had not won the election. Donald Trump was still campaigning the last time Man United won. Last time Man City won a game, right? I can count many things. Ten Hag still had a job. Last time Man City won the game, and I feel like you just don't understand the kind of this man who is so devoted to winning, who is so he wants to win at all costs. He's so crazy about winning. He's crazy. You can say he's crazy. He's passionate. He's winning. Somebody is giving you 5-0, still telling you, "Oh, my boys don't really play well," and all of that.
And the thing, I remember one match, January 1, they beat Arsenal 4-0. That was the season before Arsenal had that first title charge that we bottled the league. He was telling the president that Arteta is good.
He'll be hyping you. He'll be hyping that this guy really tried and everything. So that this man, but all of a sudden the man is now going through this. I think it was and I think he needed to see help. And only for me, of course, I need that kind of thing to happen. Of course, PR, because it's very, very. There are a lot of people that struggle with and such a figure like that, trivializing it because the joke suggested that he was trivializing it. He laughed and everything and say, this guy it's kind of justified it for people who were watching it, and I felt that shouldn't be so.
I think he apologized.
So that's the point. Like, he now came on Twitter, he now came on X to drop a statement and say, that's not, it was caught off guard, and that was not how it was supposed to be, and all of that. It just meant that he was not trying to make a joke about it, and then he dropped the helpline. So I think there were two things I picked from that. The first, the second one, let me start on the second one, is that at least he has been linked to help, at least. Yeah, but the first one I picked was that I do not think that was what he said, the PR or the damage control. I think that was damage control. I don't think that it was true. I think that he actually did probably hurt himself. I think he did, and he was just trying to douse it and not make it seem like it's okay.
Of course.
But I appreciate that. It's fine that you're able to come and talk about it like this. At least that's the least you can do. It's fine that you're able to come and talk about it and say that that people should not
fret.
People should not be. It's even about people should not think that self-harm is okay.
It's okay, yeah, that's true.
Not okay. It is not okay. You shouldn't harm yourself because you're going through something. Yes, of course, it might not be easy for you to do that by yourself, but you should be able to try to seek help. The link he posted, I think it will be posted on this video, so that you can, if you actually struggle with this kind of thing, you can actually seek help. Talk to somebody who can understand your plight, and they will be able to help you. So I think that's it
for this week. But we will not go without our fantasy tips. So for me, my captain is Bukayo Saka. That's to tell you I'm really backing up my decision of Liverpool may not win against City. My captain is Bukayo Saka. My goalkeeper is Mark Flecken. And my differential this week, I think, is Morilo.
Okay. For me, my captain is Mohamed Salah. I think he's the safest bet this week. For this one, I just want to be safe, because, like I said last week, I was very, very tempted to go for Bruno Fernandes, but I just said Salah has something for me. Like, it was safer to go with Salah, and I'm going to say Salah also this week. Salah also turns up in this kind of game. Right? If you turn up in this kind of game, I think it's also on confidence. It's also high on confidence. If that gets me a goal and assist, I can almost guarantee that. Right? Even if it turns out that Liverpool don't win, I think that even if they score one goal, Salah will most likely be involved.
Do you imagine Arsenal scoring a goal without Saka being?
So exactly, yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. I just want to say something because I didn't think of Saka initially. I can see you said it. I think I might actually, but Salah, I think Salah is a safe bet. It's a very safe bet. Salah is my captain. My goalkeeper, Verbruggen against Southampton, I think he has.
That's true. He has
a good chance of getting some saves or probably keeping a clean sheet, even if it's 0-0. Even if it's 0-0, I think that Verbruggen actually has some potential. Then my differential, I'll go with Evan Newson, Bournemouth. Right, I've seen his track record. I think he has some very, very interesting. It's on a very interesting front, right? And then he's facing Wolves, and I think Wolves are most likely to concede. Right, they are likely to concede, and if they do concede, but not Evan Newson is probably going to have a hand in that goal. So yeah, that's my prediction.
So we saw a few comments last week. One person asked us to drop the bet code. We always tell you this every week.
We don't give financial advice.
We don't give financial advice. So, but keep watching, keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep sharing, so that all will see. So, this is me, Samuel of Paris, signing out.
And this is Samuel Davis of Banter Click saying